Because the vehicle has been modified, it makes it difficult for you to check the oil, so this is the one vehicle that we're going to exempt you from having to check the oil in the vehicle before you operate it. Everything should be maintained and checked before you receive it on your special detail. Important things, this is your storage area under here. It's got a hood release on the left side of the steering wheel. Light switches, there's a horn. Parking brake. Always set the parking brake when it's in use, or when it's not in use, excuse me. This is a diesel unit, so whenever you turn the key on, it will give you a wait to start light, and then you can start the vehicle. It has a parking light to let you know the parking brake's on. It has emergency lights in case there's something happens with oil pressure or water temperature. Any of these lights on the left side, or any of these lights, should not be on when you're operating it. You have storage compartments on both sides, driver's side, passenger side.
And cup holders.
Yes, you have cup holders. Works just like any of our other mules. It's automatic. You have a high range and a low range, neutral and reverse. This is four-wheel drive. Most of our events will not require the four-wheel drive, and please don't use it unless it's needed. Up here we've installed emergency lighting. It's just like what you'll see in a rescue truck. Power on and off. Your light bar runs, the switch bar right here runs the emergency lights, and then you have left and right alley takedown. And you also have a traffic advisor on the back that does your left and right arrows or your four-ways. That's about it. The mule does come equipped with seat belts, and then in the back your stretcher is secured exactly like your ambulance. Put your front stretcher into the antlers, lock it into the lock bar, and you've got a safety hook that will also serve just like in the back of the ambulance. This top right here, if you are riding with a patient in the back, couldn't ask for more noise, could we? Pull that latch on that side, hydraulics, takes it up so that you can sit up here with your patient and not worry about beating your head up. We currently don't have a seat here, but we will be installing a seat for you to ride. Right now, we're using your knees.
The jump bag.
That or the jump, yeah, jump bag works good. Those seat belts are for whenever you're hauling passengers. If you're hauling your patient on a stretcher, of course you got your stretcher straps on your patient. So we are looking at installing a safety hook that will attach here and will wrap around the stretcher, just so that you are not relying solely on the stretcher hook back there to keep your stretcher intact. Any questions?
How many people can get in the back of this, weight-wise?
Weight-wise, I would say patient and probably 2 attendants.
So patient, stretcher, and 2 attendants?
Yep.
Okay.
This mule has a longer wheelbase than the old mule, so you can actually get a lot more people on the back of this. Anybody want to load up? It doesn't pull the weight off the front wheels like the old mule does. Unfortunately, we don't have the budget for 2 new ones, so we will still be utilizing the old one, but this is the new one. Anybody got any questions?
Is the old one the one we had an issue with last year?
Actually, I think they were using were they using that one or the one with the backboards?
We had a stretcher in it.
Oh, okay. Then it would have been the old one.
Are we using that this year?
Yes, we'll be using both of them.
Okay. let's go over what the issues were with that one from last year.
I'm not fully aware of what that incident was.
That was the one where the stretcher was put in the back with 2 or 3 people, and then the whole mule went up because the wheelbase is shorter.
Right. My suggestion on that one is an attendant, and the person on the stretcher is all the weight you want to put in the back of that truck. Any additional people would need to be in the front of the vehicle.
And what Glenn explained to me earlier is the reason that it came up last year is because it's been modified. The rear axle has moved up and it's further in the back, so when you get in the back it has more weight, so the lever of it pushes the wheels up and it's a little bit lighter in the front. Make sure your patient is secured to your stretcher before you load them up, just in case something like that happens. Make sure you have all your harnesses on before you get them in the back of the mule.
Can you counterbalance it with weight in the front if we had to? If we needed 2 attendants in the back, can we throw some people, like the person up front, to counterbalance the weight?
If you use the common sense to be able to do that,
okay.
Yes. Okay. If you've got 2 or 3 people sitting in the front seat, it will help out with the weight balance.
Does anybody else have any questions?
Are we allowed to transport 2 patients to the backboard? If we say we have a backboard patient and a regular patient on the other side?
I would not recommend.
Because you can't really get an attendant back here, and you can't secure a backboard by itself. It'd have to be on the stretcher.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Right. And this chair will have a seatbelt
Yes.
to it also. Awesome. Okay. So even though it's loud and it's noisy and your kind of adrenaline's pumping because you have so many things going on, you have to go back to details. It's like the BLS before the ALS, of securing your patient, taking care of yourself, taking care of your surroundings, and watching each other. So a lot of times it's easier for, like Ryan and I, you generally have the command of things going on. We stand back and watch out for the safety issues of it and let you guys do your job. And that's what we take care of, okay? But
we're mandating seatbelts in them for us.
They are there for your use. That would be a command issue of whether or not you are required to use them or not.
Like I know, especially in the back, we never had them in the back, but
Right.
when they put them in, I didn't know if it was going to be mandatory that we.
I know if you're in a special detail, most events require you to abide by local laws, and local laws say that you do wear them.
right, because it's a motorized vehicle.
Yes.
But we'll get a real answer for you too.
Yeah, just
Anybody else have any questions?